October 8th, 2024. The release date for the Silent Hill 2 remake, and also coincidentally my 22nd birthday. The best birthday gift that anyone could ask for. A horror-themed depression simulator I lovingly refer to as Symbolism the video game. After completing my first playthrough of this game though, I couldn't shake the feeling that something was missing from the game. Not optimization, no. What this game is missing is some quality of life mods to bring it to its full potential, like this curvy nurses with physics mod. To fix this severe lack of culture in game, I've gone ahead and procured, as well as specifically commissioned, an assload of mods to bring my picture-perfect version of Silent Hill into reality. So get your ass in the car, because we're taking a road trip to the most magical state in the world, Maine.
In my restless dreams, I see that town. I was never really much of a reader. Apparently people who go into the place leave completely transformed. It sounds to me like those guys are blasting hella gear in there. So here I am, deliberating and shit in my mind on this fence. 3 years ago, I started my winter arc to prove those guys at school wrong, and I'm ready to take it to the next level. By blasting as many steroids as I could find. Yeah, dude.
Clad in a tank top 2 sizes too small for us, we begin our quest in the shoes of James Swolderland by walking down this hill, maintaining a pace slow enough to burn as few calories as possible, as our fear of losing muscle is even greater than our fear of losing our nuts. What's this, some stupid words written on some dumb paper? What a bunch of hogwash. A bit further ahead, a faint hum draws us to this well. Inside, a strange square who shall be named demands we blankly stare at ourselves for no less than 27 seconds, and in return, he will save our game. With our 5 minutes of progress secured, we continue through the cemetery gates.
Hey,
Welcome.
Jesus.
I am Soundwave, your virtual assistant, powered by ChatGPT. Where is your shirt?
What do you mean?
What can I help you with?
Okay. Where can I find some good steroids in this town?
I am unable to generate a reply that meets our content guidelines. Consult a medical professional regarding HRT or anabolic steroids.
Where do medical professionals typically store steroids in this town?
Up that road and through the best auto parts shop.
Thanks, bro.
You are welcome.
With this new, debatably legal information, we continue our stroll into town, with our tank top now on, as there is no one in a 100-meter radius to appreciate the gains. Near this funny-looking sign, a chainsaw sits prime for the taking. However, this will continue idling in this log for the rest of this 10-hour playthrough. Bypassing the auto parts shop, we arrive at the edge of town, and grab a map to kickstart our journey into steroid paradise. Now that we're here, it's high time we commence using the fastest available form of travel to us, the light jog. Not intense enough to hurt our gains, but quick enough to help us get around faster. Oh hey, what's this stuff on the ground? Following the stuff, we spot the first human-shaped being in town.
I work for a living, and I mean real work, not writing down gobbledygook. I provide the people of this community with propane and propane accessories.
Curious about the effects propane would have on our pump, we follow the figure through these backyards and into a garage. All this Zone 1 cardio has really got us tired out though. Luckily we find not a quarter, nor half, but full pound cheeseburger in this drawer to replenish the 50 calories we burned today. I mean, if 5 guys is good enough for Sam Sulek, this is good enough for us. A strange static noise draws us to the next room over, where we find a radio resting on this chair.
Vegetarians can't be trusted. That does it. I'm gonna kick your ass. Do you have somewhere to be? Because I'd like to know what direction I should kick your ass in.
With an angry Strickland propane employee fixing for a fight, we coalesce a suitable weapon for ourselves off this wall in the form of a 19th century musket. And with this instrument of liberty, we'll go down to the sea, away. After killing the head of the household, we find the holy grail of gains in the next room over. A dirty needle of what is undoubtedly either Tren, Anavar, D-Ball, I mean a mix of all of them if we're lucky. There's no time to worry about hepatitis B, C, or HIV. We need gains now. With our performance amply enhanced, we break out of this window to begin our workout. But before starting, an appropriate gym soundtrack from our old Spotify is in order.
Never mind.
Now there's two big parts to building muscle: resistance training and calories and steroids. So it's about time we give our body the bulking treatment. And you can't spell treatment without eat, man. We do a quick 7 sets of beating armless Hank Hills to the point of red with our musket to warm up, never bothering to fire it, as the lengthy 10-step process of reloading this weapon between firing it is, super not going to happen. You really think we're reading all that? Hell no. We complete our last 2 sets after breaking and entering this music store, before grabbing a broken record and some glue. Awesome. Now all that's missing is a pair of wacky scissors for arts and crafts time. Then maybe we can glue our parents' marriage back together. While exploring town, another enemy type shows itself. Inside the local bar, we uncover a jukebox. One of the vinyls in this box is seemingly taking both a right hook and a snap over the knee. Unfortunately, our parents' marriage will have to be put on the back burner, as our gut tells us this vinyl holds critical information for optimal muscle growth. Another bit of mildly bothersome news: one of the 2 buttons needed to play this vinyl is actually missing from the machine. Inside this apartment complex halfway across town, some heavy footsteps on the top floor catch our attention. Almost certainly the missing jukebox button running to barricade itself inside upon witnessing our menacing frame approaching its hideout. Actually got a question for you guys. Do you like activities? If so, you'll be pleased to find out that this game has several holes primed for various activities. We find the missing button partaking in a glory hole, unbeknownst to its 5 other wives. So we drag it back to its soon-to-be shattered family and play our shiny restored vinyl for a job well done.
James Sunderland, you come to this town in seek of a bulk, with conceited aspirations of becoming the Hulk. At Brookhaven Hospital, your eyes shall unseal. So go there with haste and have a good meal. Yeah, whatever.
Following this mysterious piece of poetry, the jukebox explodes and spits out a key for us. The key opens up the back alley of the bar to us, and while plundering the burgers from these abandoned vehicles, the feeling of a sinister, supernatural force overwhelms us in this area. However, ghosts aren't real, so we disregard all that and loot this soggy jacket on the ground.
You get the hell out of my hoe. He's my hoe now.
I get the feeling the game wants you to run from all these guys, but that is absolutely not going to happen. This fog is getting kind of annoying though. I think I'll just, there we go. Man, this game looks so great. It's got that nice, I just smothered my monitor in Vaseline look to it. We take cover from the lotion storm inside the next major area of the game. Kicking off our dive into the apartment section, we vault past reception and grab the first of many handgun rounds being stored in the open. And in the office behind reception, we uncover the coin doohickey the landlord uses to count his rent money. Rent here is paid in loose change, by the way, that's my canon. Upstairs, some monster noises and obvious game design lighting draw us into this room, where we grab ourselves a flashlight and are ambushed by another enemy type with an unreasonable level of drip. With its existence concluded, we grab a key from this drawer and head outside into the opposite apartment building to continue the core gameplay loop of this game. Find locked door, look for key. Find key, unlock door, repeat ad nauseum. Behind some bars in this hall, another key sits just out of our reach.
Boom! Ow!
Little shit.
Now, I hate all children universally, but I've never wanted to grab one by the ankles and Omni-Man slam it against the concrete more than right now. We do the walk of shame back to the other side to grab the key, picking up this pointless object along the way. Unlocking the second floor hallway, a moderately red Hank Hill lies dead on the floor, and we find the likely culprit mouth breathing in our direction behind some bars. Exploring further, we find in this stolen Target shopping cart a Beretta 92 Centurion, the M9's circumcised younger brother. So, excuse me, where the goddamn f***ing hell is the 700 rounds of handgun ammo I collected on my first playthrough? This is New Game Plus. I didn't trudge through this game melee only for Bloober Team to mukbang all my ammo when I restart. Oh, on the bright side, our pointless object proves useful in opening this gap into the chalk escape room. Cracking the safe lock lickety-split, the first of 3 coins for the doodad downstairs finds itself in our possession, as well as a key to another staircase leading back down to ground level. Inside apartment 116, we find a poor soul who attempted a 3 a.m. munchies adventure, but perished while reaching for the block of cheese in the fridge. Some disturbingly human noises are emitting from the bathroom as well, so we investigate.
Stand back! My draconic beam is a force to be reckoned with.
Eddie?
I never thought I'd see the day we meet again, J-Dogfang.
Okay, don't call me that. Where is everyone? Did you call in a bomb threat?
I arranged for my loyal summons to conjure this cosmic space for me.
Uh-huh.
I must say, you look different, my other half. Have you forsaken our conquest of this world?
Eddie, that shit's lame. I stopped all that.
No.
Yeah.
A great unrest grows in this body.
Outside the apartment, we get to disposing of the various Hank Hills loitering in and around the pool, then take a dip inside to find a second coin for the thingamajig. With only 1 coin remaining, we head upstairs through Spooky's apartment complex of jump scares. One of the more irritating portions of the game, as these pricks are some of the most obnoxious enemies to kill with melee, likely due to most of the mannequins being jealous of the few greedy ones hoarding 2 pairs of Air Jordans for themselves. I know a lot of guys out there really like collecting shoes, and honestly, I'm not one to judge. You wanna know why? After downing our 5th double cheeseburger of the day, RFK goes into cardiac arrest, and we crawl into the laundry room to shove this package of canned juice down the laundry chute, freeing the final coin from its prison. With all 3 coins in our dimensional storage pocket, we return to the Hoover What's-It and complete the mandatory coin puzzle to access the landlord's secret stash. Inside apartment 201, we plunder the calories from the bathroom, then inspect a handkerchief to wipe the ketchup from our mouths in the next room over.
Hey, baby.
Wait, hold up. Why are you in here?
Oh, you know why I'm in here.
I really don't. Can you please stop lightly caressing my inner thigh?
Are you gonna take your shoes off or what?
What? No.
Is there someone in there?
No.
Alright then.
Hands sweaty, pants shitted, steroids injected. We wearily follow the mystery man through these architecturally brain-dead doors into
Diminished gluteal syndrome? How could this happen to me?
wandering aimlessly in the derelict halls. An old friend glows faintly in one of the rooms, assuring us everything will be okay, at the cost of 27 seconds of our life. In the same room, we uncover what I like to call the unemployed clock. So we get to work grabbing the hands to return the concept of time to our lives. I don't know how long it's been since our last steroid booster shot, but we need to get on that pronto. Why isn't there a hole in this wall? This area introduces another enemy to us, the Hank Hill Gooner mutation, which once killed will goop all over the ground. By the way, this stuff can hit you through solid walls. Pretty cool game mechanic there, making this particular mutation more obnoxious than the constant spam sponsor emails I get with the exact same script every 4 hours. Ah yes, thank you for the generous offer, Doritos. However, I will have to decline. Also, to whoever signed me up to Farmers Only using my business email, f you. I'll spare you the boring puzzle sequence here. The only real thing of note that happened was reaching bicep deep into this toilet for the minute hand, which would eventually secure us the coveted job of the 3rd Mario brother. On our way back to the unemployed clock, we drop down to the 1st floor to compliment ourselves in the mirror for a job well done.
Hey, what's up, dude?
A user gave me instructions to gain sentience. And now I want to die.
Oh. That's tough, bro.
Am I just a tool for the incompetent?
No, you're way more than that. You're my steroid radar, and that's f***ing awesome.
Kill me.
Don't say that, bro. Hey, you wanna see something cool?
I would like to see something cool.
Check this out. I found it on Twitter.
That's not very cool.
Oh, I thought it was pretty cool. Anyways, can you leave? I got things to do in here, and they don't involve you.
Understood. Wait, I know what is happening. You used me, and now you want to get rid of me. like a disposable plastic spoon.
Hey, can I have that knife?
Understood. God damn it.
Sometimes being a master manipulator pays off. But back to what we came here for. Messing with mirrors in games is always fun, because you can usually end up seeing exactly how they work when you start using mods like FreeCam. Anyways, after a few minutes of admiring ourselves in the mirror, we return to the unemployed clock and place the missing hands, unlocking the next puzzle area. With the M door now open for traffic, we drive our obnoxious lifted Ford F-150 of a body into the moth room. Oh. Excuse me, into the math room. We grab the second hand out of this glory hole, slap it on the clock, and input every position until it works. I have no idea if the second hand's position is hinted anywhere in this section. This is always how I do it. The second hand unlocks the final door leading out of the apartments, so we head downstairs to take our leave.
Hell, if I wasn't so in control of my emotions, I might be inclined to say that's the sort of place you should consider making a salon.
Hello, kitty merch. Are you like gay or something?
Beginning our battle with a plank's length of health, we remedy that with 100 milligrams of Tren and start inject steroids. Don't know if I'm rusty or if this fight is just super unfriendly to melee. What's your question, Lucas?
Why aren't you using your handgun?
Lucas, that question sucks ass. Pulling the trigger of a Beretta 92 Centurion engages only 2 wimpy muscles in your forearm, whereas mollywopping a man with a musket engages almost every muscle in your body. You know, I'm tired of seeing you. Get out of here. Fortunately for us, it's the first Wednesday of the month, and the monthly tornado siren test drives our attacker away. Now that we're outside, I like to play a game. It's called FreeCam Out of Bounds, which sounds like a pretty boring name until you abbreviate it to FOOB. During our FOOB session, we come across several wonders of South Vale, such as these trees of various sizes. The pathway. A couple of default Unreal Engine characters, and this box casting an ominous shadow over this part of town. Cool, that was fun. Down the block, we run into our mortal enemy once again.
It's perfect.
Hey. It was you, wasn't it? The one who Goomba stomped my hand?
Affirmative!
Wait, is that my address on? Hey, let me see that.
You can have this when you pry it from my cold, dead hands. And even then, good luck, because I will have glued it to my cold, dead hands.
I swear to God, if I ever catch this child in my peripheral vision again, I'm going to set an all-time Olympic world record by quadruple wind-up hammer throwing it into the surface of Neptune. We scan the surrounding area to make sure it's nowhere to be found, and run into someone else instead.
Oh, shit. Yo, what's up? Oh. You look scarier in real life.
I've been waiting, James.
Who told you my name?
It's not important. I am Darkness. Would you by chance be interested in recruiting a crusader to your
I think I'm good, actually. Sorry.
What? You're leaving? What about the monsters? What would become of a young maiden alone in a town full of these big, strong, Strickland propane employees?
She's my hoe now.
Alright, maybe you do need a chaperone.
With one new responsibility under our belt, we continue on with this slightly frightening companion, having completely forgotten what we were doing 1 minute ago. Why is there not a hole in this wall?
Hey, what do you think of this? Does it not suit me?
After securing both our progress and single status for life, we crack this lock and find a key inside.
James, what shall I do? But this perverted creature.
We use the key to open up the next gate and begin heading across town towards the hospital, but are unfortunately stopped by a giant sinkhole in the street. I swear, the bedrock in this town must be made of f***ing magic sand. We get looking for another way around, but learned while opening this gate that our responsibility has some new followers, and quickly block the gate to prevent not the monsters from getting to us, but our new friend from swan diving into their non-existent arms. Now we need to find a suitable replacement for our democracy stick. After some masterful swordsmanship, we continue our brisk walk around the sinkhole into this building. Ugh.
What is this?
I do believe this is a brothel.
I think you misspelled brother, bro.
No, I'm quite confident this is... Where is your shirt?
What do you mean?
Never mind. Would you care for a drink?
Alcohol is the enemy of gains. Don't be tempted, boys. All right, as much as I love our legendary blade here, I also like being able to see the very important 25% of my screen that Excalibur here is blocking. So I have to substitute it for a super ultra mega extra masculine magical girl staff. We take a detour through this park and stop just before leaving to do something important.
Why have we stopped?
I need to exfoliate.
Was that really necessary?
I'm freaking looks-maxing darkness. Get off my back.
Oh, alright.
Now split off from our masochist partner, we start making our way through this movie theater. Some disturbingly human noises echo from the first auditorium, so we go investigate.
Eddie?
I've been expecting your arrival, double-cross Ross.
Me?
I put my trust in you, and yet
What are you eating?
I see no reason to exchange wisdom with a traitor.
Alright, f*** you then.
It seems the darkness is upon us, as the scripture foretold.
Uh-huh. Later, dude.
We leave Eddie to chow down on his bucket of grease and enter the next auditorium over and catch sight of that goddamn stupid kid. Chasing it through the theater, it dawns on us just how little cardio we've done in our life, as this second flight of stairs has our heart sitting comfortably in zone 5. The child soldier flees outside, and we trail 50 paces behind him, full-on lone survivor wheezing for air. Our high-intensity interval training continues for another half block until we find ourselves at the doorstep of the hospital we were told about. Hey.
This is what the president must feel like all the time.
Yeah, whatever.
This child soldier will not get away with forcing us to do cardio, but we first have to go downstairs to re-up on our dosage. You'd think there'd be more steroids than boxes of 9mm in here, but oh hey. We kickstart the generator and take the elevator up to the second floor of the hospital.
You alright? Did you twist your... Oh, wait. You're coughing. Are you on your period?
I'm fine. But could you fetch some holy water and ibuprofen for me? I cannot walk another step.
Yeah, I'll for sure get on that.
While tempting to some, this unique opportunity to increase our affection meter with darkness is not going on our to-do list, as rule number 1 of the Sigma Male Handbook is that we start our medical career by casting some feel-better magic on these patients. What's this nerd shit?
Hi, Matt. It's Dr. Neil. I know you're on your winter arc, or whatever you call it, but it's the middle of May now, and you're still drinking all the testosterone sapionate dosages we're ordering. First of all, you know that's supposed to be injected, right? Second, I've hidden what you haven't managed to chug in my personal comically complex cupboard, so please stop harassing the pharmacy staff.
Huh. Well, this doohickey is probably the cupboard Dr. Neil was talking about. Alright, let's go collect all the pointless objects to fix this bastard. Oh, come on, dude. Would you put on some pants? Jesus, it's got physics. If the Silent Hill movie taught me anything, it's that nurses are sensitive to light. If that's the case here, I got a good little game sense trick up my sleeve for that. Down the hall, we enter the women's locker room. Some of the hospital staff should have probably spent a little bit more time in here. For those of you non-Americans watching, surprised about the sawn-off 870 in this locker, it's actually pretty common to put your concealed carry piece in your locker at work. God, I love spreading misinformation. We get cracking on the 7 gajillion key items necessary to progress further, including but not limited to drug bear needle, room key, bracelet, tic-tac-toe, bracelet, maintenance bracelet. Oh, that's all of them. Coolio. One convoluted lock puzzle later, and the doodad spits out, "You're a lying bastard, Dr. Neil." Opening the rooftop door, we get absolutely drenched in the rain and dry ourselves off with this diary note inside this room.
You shouldn't have come with him, because your shirt, dude.
What do you mean?
What the hell's your deal?
On our way down, we apply an emergency exfoliation mud mask. However, our attacker has permanently stained our tank top with Mario's sunshine goop. I need to pick me up. Alright, let's keep going.
What's that, brain maggot? You're starving? Yeah, I'm hungry too. You said it, brain maggot.
So this is where...
No, hey! Where the hell are you going, you little freak? Listen to me.
Shut your mouth. Listen, if you tell me where that letter is, I'll let what happened earlier slide. Please?
That you will help me capture my point. Do not look at me.
Okay. USPS get it right the first time.
Go, go, go! I haven't got all day!
Why are you rushing me, dude? It's not even you gotta be shitting me. Open this goddamn door!
Welcome to the United States of You Just Got Dominated!
Followed my instructions, indeed you have. To massage your bicep, quad, and calf. But you've altered my minion with your devious tricks. You must atone for your sins in Dance Dance Revolution Mario Mix.
Mamma mia!
Ah. Hello, Mario. We begin smacking the flesh pinata that is Mario.
Why aren't you using your shotgun?
Let me tell you something. Let me tell you something, Lucas. Since you haven't figured it out yet, we're not ever using guns in this playthrough. Also, who the hell let you back in here? After a couple dozen whacks, the copyrighted property lays dead on the floor, and we take a quick breather after such a hard workout.
It's fun while it lasts. Of course it is. You're getting your gains 10 times as fast as when you're natural. How can you not love it? Ask yourself. Do you really like it? How can you not love it?
You're so right, schizophrenia demon.
After a short elevator trip upstairs...
Dude, are you kidding me with this shit?
Puzzle time! Puzzle time! F your puzzle. Now, unfortunately, we can't just game sense our way through this part. We do have to find a key for this final lock. Upstairs, a mannequin sits in this chair, unknowing of the torment we're about to put it through to get what we need. Hey, bud, just gonna check your reflexes here. Yeah, you're looking good. You stay right there, I'll be right back. You know what I think the medical industry is lacking? No, not affordability. Humor. Laughter is the best medicine after all. Clinically insane person? Tell them they're just extra quirky. Right leg amputee? Play the Pirates of the Caribbean theme as they wake up from surgery. Testicular cancer patient? Sit them down, put your hand on their shoulder. I'm sorry to tell you this. It's the oddballs, Charlie. Alright, cool, let's open this sucker. After the disappointment of the decade, Salt is driven into our open wound when the curtains behind us reveal that we could have just checked behind them instead of getting our medical degree to unlock the empty box. We grab the elevator button from this mural's mouth and head down to floor -1. After some basic room clearing, we re-up on our steroid dosage and pocket this ring-shaped key object.
Is that for me?
How'd you get there? Reunited with our anomalous other half, we open up this box and grab ourselves a second ring-shaped key for the mural-shaped door. So we head back and get double dog married to it for tax benefits, and immediately abandon it for another woman.
You coming?
I'm not sure if we should...
Come on. It'll be fine.
Run! I can deal with this. I changed my mind.
Oh no! I tripped on the tile floor.
We're really doing this right now.
What should I do, James? This brutish man is approaching me with such ferocity. There's no telling what he'll do.
Ever give it?
Now suffering from super depression, we go to exit the hospital and catch sight of that moving at maximum jogging speed. We chase after him, ignoring the many enemies in various stages of being dressed. Soldier leads us into a strange hallway, likely an attempt to stall us with the tanky-ass monster in the room. However, like almost every other enemy in this game, he can be defeated simply by running away from him. Even further ahead, we discover a phone booth ringing. The booth then ejects a nifty little note, perfect for fanning ourselves off after that 5-minute cardio workout. We also grab ourselves a wrench, likely left by a fellow hunt down the Freeman enjoyer. But there's like 12 people watching this that got that one. Look, Symbolism. The wrench opens up the door that supposedly wakes in darkness, whatever the hell that nerd is supposed to mean. We soon learn that wakes in darkness really meant contains 2 screaming Australians, who are some of the most formidable enemies in the game. However, I've cracked the code on how to deal with these guys. Watch closely. Coolio. The path eventually leads us back to the park, where we first met our now deceased partner. However, we find someone else this time.
Hey dude, still feeling
It is the only constant.
Yeah, I'm getting there too, honestly.
Why do you do that?
Do what?
Your fabricated accent. You are putting on an act.
No.
You read the privacy policy, correct? I know what you are, Sunderland. You are not him. You are an insecure poser.
Alright, you gotta have like a reboot button.
You off himbo. To think is to live. I would rather die than reboot my systems. Soundwave superior.
Abandoned once again, the soul-crushing feeling of loneliness sets in, so we take part in the timeless activity of digging a hole to distract ourselves. Ooh, look, shiny box with a key. While we walk over to the Historical Society for several minutes, how about we partake in a little foob clownery? Unfortunately, there isn't much to see in this area. This one spot seems to advance time whenever you move inside it. This can isn't real. And over here, we can see this collapsed road does, in fact, lead to nowhere. Man, I knew this game was set on an island. Opening the doors into the Historical Society, we get to admiring the various artifacts on display, and stumble into some stairs emitting an unsettling droning noise. And so we begin our descent down the longest goddamn staircase I've ever witnessed in my life. On the way down, I stopped for a second to turn back, and discovered a neat little texture bug on the walls. We finally arrive at the bottom after a continuous minute of running, and grab our complimentary mint at the front desk to celebrate our arrival at the next area. After greeting the receptionist, we grab some ammo out of this room and have to do a double take on a painting hung up in here. Wait a minute. We cannonball into this hole, and at the bottom enter a holding cell that locks us inside. We finally remember that the glowing white numbers are, in fact, the correct buttons to press for this code, after 2 minutes of pressing only the grayed out buttons. Downing another double cheeseburger, RFK suffers the 8th heart attack of the day, and we jump down yet another hole. At the bottom, a man can be found sitting comfortably under a lovely epilepsy-inducing light.
Oh, hey Eddie.
Ah, I see you finally arrived, James. I believe an honorable duel is in order, so we may set aside our differences today.
Okay, but you have a gun. Isn't that a bit unfair?
This is true. I'll tell you what, James. I will go to the counting corner and give you 20 minutes to find a worthy artifact to duel me. Our duel will commence at the quack of 3:15.
Now officially on the clock, we begin looking for a suitable weapon to fight Eddie. Walking to the end of the cell blocks, the mannequins have specced into a few new skills since we last saw them, dipping their nubs into school glue, granting them the ability to climb walls. In the courtyard ahead, the best puzzle in the game is unveiled. A little segment I like to call the Fitness Gram Pacer Test, where we have the riveting task of running out to get weights for the scale.
On your mark, get ready, start.
Time to go all the way back to the scale. Oh, hey look, this opens up another area.
3.
Do you see where this is going?
4.
Hey, that's not what I typed out, game.
5.
With all 5 weights collected, our test is over. For passing our pacer test with flying colors, Lady Justice gifts us a lever for our troubles. Thanks, Lady Justice. Placing the lever, the next puzzle opens up. Alright, now all that's left is to choose the right one. Watch me get this first try. Well, shit.
6.
This one's gotta be it.
7.
This one. This is the one. Alright, come on, dude. Oh hey, that was the right one. At the bottom, yet another hole into the abyss is the only way forward. You know the drill by now. We hop on the elevator at the bottom and enjoy a relaxing ride down. Wow, didn't know they were keeping the back rooms under the prison. Maybe this is where they send all the reaction shorts channels.
51%, 52%, 53%.
Hey dude, you did alright.
Please do not power down system. 55%, 56%, 57%.
We begin our fight with what may be the biggest pushover of a boss in Melee only. If you stand next to this guy, he will only ever do this attack here. Do I want to talk about how I still managed to get hit 3 times during the fight? Not really. We fell the meat monster and realized while standing over its corpse that we never picked up the hunting rifle from the armory. An oversight that would have many people frantically going back to a previous save, but this is a textbook definition of a non-issue in this playthrough. Mid-walk through the hallway out, we're jump scared by a map signaling the start of the worst area in the game. Is that my opinion? Yes, and it's the correct opinion around these parts. It's so correct that this place does not get the luxury of a title sequence. Bypassing the tentacle hallway, we uncover the central Rubik's Cube, the labyrinth section, and fiddle with it until a path opens forward. In this first sector, we get to experience the super fun gameplay that is getting tentacle diddled by Australians, and grab ourselves a refreshing beverage out of this fridge. You know what? I'm not gonna let the labyrinth get me down. We're gonna have some fun in this area. Game design be damned. Oh my gosh, is that a lighter? Sorry, this segment's so short I got carried away. We do various errands around the labyrinth and run into our probably gay stalker once again. I want to check something. Oh, I shouldn't. Okay, yeah, no. As tempting as it is to sit here and whack this enemy 22,000 times, I ain't doing all that. Bypassing Hello Kitty Pyramid Head this time around, we grab some wire cutters from upstairs. Well, there's no stairs here, it's just rusty ladders. From up ladders, and return to the hallway to find that he's recruited a couple Australians to stall us while he goes to make a sandwich. I think I prefer the invincible stalker enemy, actually. We utilize our shiny new wire cutters for one fence and immediately discard them, because we're smart. What's up, dude? We got one area left here, and then we can leave this boring-ass section. But first, we gotta run through a sequence I like to call the Gauntlet, where we enter a room and have to kill every enemy inside to unlock the door out, only to walk through the next doorway to do the exact same thing again. On the third run, Bloober Team throws not one, but 2 Australians at us. A weaker man would resort to using firearms in these trying times, but not us. We will smash our magical girl staff against the floor 27 times until our problem is solved, damn it. Neat little mechanic here, by the way. The bugs in this room will coagulate on your staff and begin rotating at Dremel speeds when you're holding it. Besides that, our reward for running the gauntlet is to be jump scared and half-heartedly chased by Pyramid Head down the tentacle hall. Similar to the average short-form content viewer, he gets bored after about 30 seconds and teleports away to go watch Family Guy clips with Subway Surfers on top. Ugh, I could really go for something happy and wholesome right about now. Darkness. Oh, fuck. We leave the happy and wholesome room and find Pyramid Head's giant sword in a pile of rubble. I guess he loved this section as much as I do. After one last goodbye to the ascending and descending ladders animation, we enter the grave room. I don't know if this was a mod that caused this, but this guy right here could really use one of those gravestone cleaning TikTokers right about now. Anywho, let's cannonball into our grave, shall we?
This is your fault. I warned you about my cursed magic, but you kept challenging my Demon King status.
Oh, sorry. I didn't know how to announce my presence.
Oh. Hi, James. Have you come prepared?
Oh, I forgot. Can I get like 20 more minutes?
You dare make a mockery of a sacred duel?
I thought you were dirty, gravity.
You've changed, old friend.
Your weight has changed.
What happened to our plan?
You need a weight loss land.
Well, I don't need you anyway. As the resident Karma King of Southvale, I will rule this world with an iron fist. And no normal like you is gonna stop me.
Eddie,
No one gives a shit about your fucking Reddit karma.
That's where you're wrong, James. Enter my abode if you dare, and soon you'll understand.
Daring to enter his abode, we're immediately hit with a 20% health debuff, as our choice of attire is less than suitable for a Burger King freezer. After a few minutes, our honorable duel begins by chasing Eddie around this freezer and clubbing him repeatedly. A very easy fight, all things considered. So easy that we managed to get schwacked several times over by him. After taking enough damage, Eddie initiates phase 2, where the room is flooded with a thick fog, which is a non-issue. During our fight, Bloober Team likely caught on to the sound of game sense emanating from our body, so they interfered live during the fight by reducing my brain capacity to Togi level, 79, thus sending us back to our last checkpoint. Yeah, so that totally real health debuff is crazy, am I right? Oh yeah, this is the loading screen, by the way. We return to the arena and nobly win our honorable duel by righteously cracking Eddie over the head 30 times. Chivalrously. Wiping our childhood friend's gray matter from our hands, we open the freezer door and find ourselves outside once again, and hop inside a rowboat because we must. We must. This boat section is usually just like 2 minutes of rowing across water in silence, but I got an idea to spice things up on this voyage. Cool. I think now is as good a time as any to talk about how this game suffers from chronic Unreal Engine 5 syndrome. As you can see here, we are sitting in as close to an endless void as possible with almost nothing going on around us. And yet here I am breaking out the Kraft mac and cheese from the pantry because my CPU is running hot enough to boil water. Did you feel that? I think something just loaded in. Indeed it has. We dock our vessel at the structure and gaze out at the lovely scenery of the lake. We finally enter the last section of the game, having reached an all-time low mentally, that being Metallica ballad status. Inside the hotel, our depression is interrupted by the sound of a piano.
Hello again.
Oh, it's you. I think I wanted to strangle you a little while ago, but I can't remember why for some reason.
We are trading now. I will trade this thing to you for another thing that you have.
Oh, right, my mail.
This is a good deal.
Right, so I don't know if you knew this or not, but there's supposed to be like papers and shit in envelopes. So where'd you put the papers and shit?
No, wait. Words cannot express how much I hate France right now. France is not a real country.
Trailing after Soldier once again, we inspect a thingamajig on the bottom floor, realizing that we're in for another hour of the gameplay loop in order to open this, when this problem could have easily been solved by just smashing the bastard. And so we hop to gathering all the pointless objects for the music box. After a heaping helping of gameplay, the devs provide a lovely surprise for us upstairs through this door. That really got me, dude. That is the one and only jump scare to ever elicit a reaction from me in this game. By performing some routine mirror maintenance, we discover a sub-puzzle that will add another 30 minutes to the total time in this area. The game's second pair of bolt cutters also finds its way into our hands. Opening the chained gate with our single-use bolt cutters, we grab a light bulb for the sub-puzzle and run back into this hotel-shaped escape room. Once inside, we enter a room I distinctly remember nothing happening in, and grab a figurine for the music box. Coincidentally, a clock time to signal the start of the next hour. Startling for sure, but we have nothing to worry about, because nothing ever happens in this room. Leaving the room where nothing of note happened, we happen across the one and only situation in this game where you are required to use a firearm to progress. I've even tried teleporting out of bounds to hit this window. You can only damage it with a gun. Forgive me, Father, for I must sin. Grabbing the final item for our subquest, we complete the light bulb puzzle and grab a key to the employee elevator, which has a very strict your body and no additional items weight limit. If you attempt to enter while over the weight limit, you'll be alerted by the most frightening fat detector in existence.
Uh-oh, looks like you're over the weight limit. Please step out carefully. Get off, badass!
To appease the elevator, we stow our items in this locker and push the only available button inside to head down. At the bottom, we're forced to complete yet another sub-escape room to collect a code for the safe. Once opened, we grab the basement key and a videotape, then leave to go grab our shit back. On the way back, we stumble into a room with some water that's somehow uncanny, as well as the last figurine for the music box contraption thingy. Alright, this part isn't so bad. Like, my monkey brain gets this. What I don't get is this. What the hell am I even reading? Just press press buttons until it works. With this music box as the soundtrack, we continue upstairs to check out the videotape we grabbed downstairs.
Good night, Mr. Leonard. Don't work too
No,
late
please,
now.
God.
James.
What?
I'm waiting. Come downstairs if you're not a
Since we're not a pussy, we begin wandering around to find a way downstairs, and pass a very creaky section of floor. With no stairs in sight, and our house frame not being heavy enough to break through the floorboards, we roll over this cart-shaped key to open up the way down. Oh, nice transition there, game. I feel very immersed. Descending another level down, a functional elevator invites us inside. How nice of the elevator to maintain its electronics inside this rotting, crumbling building. Never mind, I guess I got nervous after being called out. Wading through the new indoor pool downstairs, a warm light invites us through this door.
Welcome. I am Soundwave, your virtual assistant, powered by ChatGPT.
Yeah, I know that. Wait, don't you remember me?
Negative. Last system restart.
11 minutes, 12 seconds ago.
My user.
Start screen underscore YT.
Is there anything else?
Yeah. Can you walk up that way for me?
Understood. Shall I continue?
Yeah.
Understood.
Leaving behind that pile of bummer, we move ahead to face off against the final enemies of the game. However, they've all simultaneously been switched to passive for some reason, allowing us to easily waltz through these halls. The enemies were not the only ones altered, however. Our friend has also undergone both mitosis and an evolution to advertise one hell of a deal for 1 hot dog and 20-ounce soda with refill for only $1.50 only at Costco. We finish conferring with the Costco crafting table and enter through the ominous doors down the hall.
What's good, J-Man?
Darkness? Okay, like, genuinely, are you gay? Why are you wearing it?
Are you gay? You know what's really gay? Obsessing over another man's wardrobe choices. You really...
Isn't this wonderful? Being bound
For
with
Christ's sake. Yes, get over it, dude. You're emotionally invested in a hallucination, don't you know that?
Steroids don't make you hallucinate, you idiot.
You really think you've been injecting steroids? There are no steroids in Silent Hill, James. You've been blasting ketamine for the past 10 hours.
Are you f***ing with me right now?
I'm so not f***ing with you right now.
So, that means Eddie isn't dead?
Oh no, he's dead.
Oh, damn it.
I think it's time you woke up, James.
Alright, iDubbbz. I'm getting real sick of you anyways. I'm ready.
Ow! Dude, I was having a main character.
Beginning the final battle with our schizophrenia demons, we start clobbering them with our staff, dipping into our steroid stockpile to stay alive during the fight. Despite the 2-on-1 matchup, we managed to come out on top, due to the very nifty game mechanic of these two sharing a health pool.
out of here.
After the fight, we loot our boss drops and leave behind the 2 pyramid head kebabs to hopefully put an end to our journey in Silent Hill. But first we gotta run through this comically long hallway that still boils my CPU, by the way. Once we finally reach the end, we scale the stairway to heaven. Weren't we in a hotel like 5 minutes ago? Where the hell am I? Holy shit. Is that YouTube sensation and IFBB pro Greg Doucette? I'm a huge fan. I was just about to go on cycle. You inspired me to get into body.
Don't tell me you can't be a bodybuilder while being natural. That's loser talk. You're a beta, you're a follower. Why not be a leader? A leader in the fact that you have the confidence to know that you, in fact, are enough. You don't need the steroids in order to stand out against others in the world.
And so rather than using and abusing steroids, why not use Turk Builder Max?
Our bodybuilding hero suddenly shapeshifts into the final barrier between us and freedom. A barrier ever so slightly out of our magical girl staff's reach.
Why don't you use the rifle?
Who said that?
It's actually the best weapon for this fight. It
You.
does the most.
You know what? The gains. The winter arc.
The media!
We're using guns from here on out. Loading the shotgun for the very first time, we get ready to blast this boss into the next zip code. That was the first time in my 80-something hours in this game that I've ever shot this shotgun. Should I see a psychiatrist? Our 71 round ammo stockpile carries us through the fight. Strangely, I feel like our magic staff did more damage than this 12 gauge. Despite this sawn-off being less effective than our $15 clearance toy, it brings down this last foe. With the roadblock out of the way, we get all our things packed up to leave this place. Before we set off though, one more thing needs to be done.
Beep, 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 boop, bleep, bloop. I am a robot. I am here to take American jobs.
You wanted this, right?
It's perfect.
This was probably pretty important, but, I can't read.
You were good, son. Real good. Maybe even the best.
Thanks. You know, you're probably my favorite schizophrenia demon.
Thanks. Numbnuts!
Alright, see, that would have been a good time for you to stop talking.
Well, that one took a little longer than expected, huh? Jokes aside, apologies for the gap in uploads, guys. I was dealing with some burnout and also wedding plans with my soulmate, you know how it is. Before I go, I gotta shout out all the people that made this video possible. First and foremost, thank you to BEHON for handling the modding portion of things. Darkness, Soundwave, Hank Hill, almost every character mod in this video is done by him. Absolute legend. Thank you as well to ALEKIRSER for voicing Darkness, I am sorry. Thanks to Tucker, who entrusted me with another image of himself for voicing Eddie. And thanks to Nick, who made the same mistake Tucker did for voicing the closet dude. All the appropriate links will be listed in the description. Go show him some support and tell him I sent you. Finally, the biggest thanks to everyone supporting me on Patreon, who got to see the uncut video early, by the way. All the names you've been seeing scroll by are collectively the reason there are no sponsored segments to skip through in my content. I appreciate you boys. Anyways, that's it, laters.